people keep on asking, are these tokens worth it? For 10, for 1,500, for 2,000, for 2,500, for 3,200. You will find it out in this video relatively soon. So what is going on with these tokens? Let's see the math first. There is a limited time covenant author. We all know that if you pull 210 times, the average is gonna be 152 diamonds per covenant. And if you do this, in that case, the value is gonna be simple. 152 covenants times 10 is for commanders and champions, times 1.5 is for divine heralds. 10 divine herald tokens cost 2,280 diamonds per, so 10 DH is the baseline price. Okay, but this is not the full story, because in this case the 1,500 package is worth it, the 2,000 is worth it, the 2,500 is not worth it anymore. But we might see that actually we want to do the 2,500 as well, and you may not even be wrong. And the reason is the following. These. So this is a Gacha 101 series. I'm starting it here. Whenever you take a purchasing decision, you need to account for a value that you get, scarcity, and utility. These are the three things. Value, scarcity, utility. That's a trilemma. Because you always have to sacrifice one on the altar of the other two. What is value? Value calculation. 1,500 chest is okay. 2,000 chest is okay. And then the 2,500 chest is not okay. It's simple, isn't it? Now, if you don't have anything better, no more information, no more guidance about tech, about anything, going with this is better than any random thought process. But you can do a lot better than this. So value, scarcity, utility. In value, you also need to consider opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is, okay, I don't spend on this reward or resource because I can get a better discount somewhere else. And this is where I have to inform you about one thing. The game has changed big time, because there is this thing called limited time cumulative spending reward every second week. Not every week, but every second week. You can see that I'm going for the 20k reward, and I may have overspent slightly, but I am going for the 20k reward this time. Maybe the 30k is not that bad, but I won't get the 50k, and that's a problem. I'm going for this because it's a relatively new account, and I couldn't let go of those tokens, the Divine Herald tokens, because in my specific case, it may not be something for you. In my formation, if I can choose between this unit and the Adjudicator, obviously I will use this unit, because Adjudicator, the opportunity cost is evident that if I don't spend on this, then whatever else I would spend on would give me a lot less power in any game modes, basically. And all my other units are 3 stars at the moment. So these. So it's not like I have like 8 6-star units and then I have a new 3-star unit and I would need to spend on it. No. It's rather, this 3-star unit will be really useful for a long time, months. So utility-wise, this is evident. But what is the opportunity cost? Limited time cumulative spending. This gives you a baseline up to 60% cashback on your diamond, or diamond back on your diamond purchases. So you spend 50,000, you get 30,000 of value back. You spend 20,000, you get, let's say, 12,000 of diamond back. Let's see how much I got. So this is like 2,280, we discussed that. So let's say I will value it 2.5 this time for the easier calculation. So 2.55, and then let's say 10 Astro Silver is like 1,600, but this one would also be, so 1,200, 1,600. So let's say 1,200, okay? So here it's like 6,000, 6,200. But let's just calculate it as 6,000. You spend 10,000, you get back 6,000. You spend 20,000, and you get back with the left-hand side 4,000. So this is just a 50% cashback because you only get back 4,000 in this case for the second 10,000 spend. But you spend 20k, you get back 10k. Then you spend 30k, and this is where it gets interesting. The valuation models say that it's reasonable to spend like 5k or so on a item like this. So you spend 30,000 and you get back 20,000. So reaching the 30,000 mark would not be bad, actually. So you get back 20,000. This limited time cumulative spending essentially gives you a baseline at least 50%. So I might say that it may be okay to purchase the 2.5k chest this week, but it may not be okay to purchase the 2k chest next week. Why is that? Because if the new chests in the shop appear not on Sunday but on Monday, so once again is the shop, so imagine that it appeared on Monday and not on Sunday. In that case, Sunday is still this week for the limited time cumulative spending, and if you had like new tokens appearing on Sunday, then obviously you can still spend at 1.5k, 2k and 2.5, even 2.5k is arguably okay. You can still get them because it triggers more limited time cumulative spending. You get the 20k mark, you get the 30k mark, you get the 50k. Now 50k is out of reach for me, but that's another story. So you get all these 10k, 20k, 30k. But then with this limited time cumulative spending, you get this 50% extra. Without the limited time cumulative spending, you don't get it. So imagine that you have to purchase these chests without cumulative spending. Then you spend 2,000, but you get 3k value. You spend 1.5k, but you get 2.25k value. And you spend 2,280 and you get 2,280 value. So you see that if cumulative spending is active, and that's double dipping, then this is worse in terms of purchases. Utility, so basically what you get is worse than this. And you got something cheaper, yet you get a lot more value. You pay 1.5 times as much than this, yet the value you get is almost the same. If cumulative spending is active. If cumulative spending is not active, in that case value is the same as what you bought. So in this case, the value is exactly the same for all 4 purchases. And this is a good deal, this is a worse deal, this is a worse deal. And then it's clear cut. So that's the value component. Opportunity cost is, do I spend my 10,000 diamonds now for the chest, or will I wait next week so that I get 3,000 value instead of 2,000? That's the opportunity cost. But then scarcity kicks in. This is a token that has never been available, and I don't have a crystal ball to foresee the future, but I would assume that for the next half year, you won't get many options to purchase this token at all. Maybe in the next anniversary event, or maybe when they are added to the Covenant Altar. Once they are added to the Covenant Altar though, scarcity from very high to very low, so basically it's an instant jump from very high to very low. because then from then onwards, every second week, you'll be able to purchase the tokens at this price. So if in the next half a year, you just don't mind about these tokens at all, then scarcity is not an issue for you. If you need them badly now, then scarcity is a big issue for you, because for example, on a new account, I need the unit badly now. I just started the account like 8-9 weeks ago. Evidently, it's a really strong unit, and I need it more on the new account than on the old account, because I won't be able to 6-star it on the old account. So I won't be able to use it that well, not even in the backup formation. So why would I use it? Maybe in the third team. So that's the thing, value, scarcity. And then utility. So scarcity is really high, but you need to consider scarcity together with utility, and also marginal utility. I'll soon explain marginal utility, and for now basic utility. You got the idea that if you have 8 6-star units and the main formation, and your diamond earning depends on those being stronger than the opponent's 8 6-star formations, then it's really unlikely that a simple 3-star unit is gonna make a difference. So the utility of that purchase is not that high at the moment. You just stash it, and one day once it becomes less scarce, then you have less, basically a bit less to spend on the unit to get it. But let's see marginal utility. Marginal utility is quite hard to define for these Divine Herald tokens. It's usually defined, well actually no, it's not that hard. Marginal utility. You get 20 units for free. You know that for a 3-star unit, you need 80 in total. So your first 60 purchases have really high marginal utility, because all the way until 80, you need those chests to get the unit. And then after 80, the 90th token, so 81 to 90, is basically useless. Not exactly useless, because you get something. Some minimal. So let's say this is the new unit. So you do get something, because you can rank it up, and then if you spend 10 tokens, you get plus 75 attack. But wait a minute, how much attack do we have? 570,000 attack, and then you get 75 extra attack. That's the utility of the next 10 tokens. You need at least another 100 to rank the unit up. 100 tokens. So the marginal utility of the purchase is really high for the first 8, but really low afterwards. And this implies in turn that it behaves very much like, you know, do you want a glass of water or not? It depends. If you've been wandering in the desert, it has happened to some Dakar drivers, by the way. You know what happened? They basically got lost, the GPS didn't work anymore, and they went to the wrong direction. And you know that in the desert it's really hard to find some settlement where people take care of you, or anyone really. So they started wandering in the desert and didn't have any like drinks. And they had to recirculate their own liquids. If you have read the Dune book or seen the movies, then you know what I mean. But then this had a bad effect on their kidneys, and somehow the person survived it. But you know how much that person would have given for a glass of clean water in that situation? Basically half their lives. If you know that you're gonna die without a glass of water, evidently you'll give everything for that glass of water. But then imagine that you are in your room and you manage to drink 1.5 liters of water not too long ago. So your morning routine, you go and empty the tap with like 1.5 liters of clean water. And then someone says, here is a glass of water for $10. Would you take it or would you not take it? You would not even give them a cent. In fact, if it was for free, you would not even take it. If they started paying you, then you might take it, because you can still drink it. That's marginal utility. Marginal because, let's say, your first glass, second glass, 10th glass. Here you're thirsty, you take it. You may even pay for it. Here you might still... So I still take the second glass if I just came out from the sauna, right? So it's situational, but I may still want it badly if my condition is like that. For the 10th class, there is no situation in the world where I would value the 10th class at all. So it may even happen that people debate on the forum whether the 2000 chest is worth it. And I'm saying like, listen, this is a stupid debate in itself. Because it may be worth for some, may not be worth for others. So it may be worth for those for whom this is the 80th chest to unlock the unit. And you need the unit, utility-wise. You know, you need the unit because you have 3-star units. And you have cumulative spending active. So this means that the value of your purchase goes up with cumulative spending. Then evidently you take the 2000 chest. Or you also take the 2000 chest if you know that you're gonna pull covenants this week and this 2000 chest contributes to your 50,000 diamond spend. In that case, that's a different story. Because the utility of the 2 deluxe artifacts is higher than the utility of anything else. And evidently, I'm gonna say even the 2500 and then you pull less covenants, let's say 150 or something. Although 150 is bad, so I will still go for the 170. That's a difficult decision. That's something I haven't calculated myself. So utility-wise in this game, you go to limited time cumulative spending, and then you figure out that you want these chests the most at the moment. This is the second most important thing. This is the third most important thing. And usually then there are the rest. But these tokens are not confirmed to come back ever. This may just be for this week. And this means that the scarcity of these tokens is relatively high. It's really, really high because there are no other ways to get these tokens. So these are the factors, these are the decisions. And then it's not over yet. Because you need to know that in any gacha game whatsoever, we are in a deflationary environment. Deflationary, it's like, imagine that you purchased the Bitcoin in like 2015, and now you look at your Bitcoin and it's worth like 100 times more. It's the same thing with diamonds. Although most people have sold it already. Bought pizza or something. Now, deflationary environment. Your premium currency is worth more with time. And this is another issue with a spend. You spend 2280 now without anything, so you just, I feel like doing 10 covenant pulls. And I'm not gonna activate any rewards with it whatsoever. Then it's not just a bad deal in itself, but just imagine what other things you could do with your diamonds half a year later. Or 1 year later. This is why I keep on saying, and it's magnified in this account. Just look at my inventory. I mean, this is live, quasi-live, so it was recorded today. Look at my inventory. I have like 60 commanders, 20 champions. Okay, I cannot do much with the latter, but there is covenant time, and I happen to have how many covenants? Come on, where are my covenants? I might have seen my covenants. 200 something. I'm just not getting. Am I just this blind, or what is going on? Where are my covenants? You might. Yeah, there it is. It's just on the left, and it was near my peripheral vision. So 285 covenants, and I could buy so many units, and in fact I could get somewhat stronger because if you check out my formation, it's not that strong. I have a 2-star Fiona. And how many universal hero tokens do I have? I hope it's gonna be a bit faster to look. Here it is. 369. You know what 369 tokens is good for? 100 for 3-star, 150 for 4-star. It's just 250. And I already have 119 towards my second hero. That is gonna be a generation 3 and 3.5 hero. You know what I'm doing? I'm waiting for getting this hero right here, the 3rd generation, and giving it 300 universal hero tokens straight away. It's the same thing, because I am comparatively weak with these units at the moment. I couldn't care less about getting stronger, because guess what? I'm already first and earning maximum diamonds. And there is a big gap between first and second. So as soon as the gap gets smaller, then I might consider, okay, I'll go to the inventory, I understand, and I will spend, let's say, 3 of the tarot, these things. And then I will get strong enough to get back to first place. And then I wait like 2 more weeks, my first place is threatened again. Okay, what do I spend then? And then I choose something. And I spend, I get back to first place. That's how I play. Simply because my resources, my diamonds especially, are gonna get more expensive, more worth in the future than now. That's the reason. That's the deflationary environment. That's why and also V-Domina, it multiplies it's coming tomorrow. It multiplies some of the rewards that you have. So in a deflationary environment, your premium currency and sometimes even your items are worth more because you can multiply them. So when new and stronger tech is introduced, you lower the scarcity of the current tech, and then you're gonna get the current tech cheaper. You get better discounts as well. You see, it is possible to get 10 Astro Silver for 500 diamonds now, or 1000. That's why I was hesitating on the value of the limited time cumulative spending, because it pushes down the limited time cumulative spending event. Once there is Astro Week, you purchase all the Astro Silver. This week, there is, and that's why it was a stupid deal. Just look at this. Here are the daily boons. Treasure hunt permits. I'm not spending this for like 1200. This is a bad deal for me. Look at this. I'm not even buying this 90 deal. I understand that after this 90, the second best option is 1900. And with respect to that, the 1200 is better. But at the moment, until I have 8 6-star units, treasure hunt permits are a diamond sink for me, basically. Once on the second year, it's gonna become important. But right now, it's less important. You see, everything is so relative. Do you have the 8 6-star units? Do you have Legendary Hero Armor level 3? Do you have Divine Gear? Will you get the mask? These things. If you have them, if you don't have the mask because it's gonna be introduced next month, do you have 1000 Astro Silver or 2000 Astro Silver to pull, or enough diamonds comparatively to pull 140 a day? I only have 27 because I was concentrating on last week's event to get more chests. Absolutely. So this is just one thing. In this account. In other accounts, I might have hundreds of Astro Silvers lying around waiting for the mask to come in. Because, you know, you can also spend diamonds on this, although it's a bad purchase, and then you can do up to 140. But during Astro Week, you also buy the Astro Silver, and I think you can buy 210 Astro Silver a week. That may make some sense, especially if cumulative spending is around. So that's why I'm saying that everything is relative, and for some people the 2000 chests are worth it, for others the 2500 are worth it, for others even the 1500 chests are, well, arguably it's good. It's universally good, the 1500. But for some, this may start getting less worth it. And one thing that I could propose, as if you're still watching the video, obviously, then you deserve to get the best information last, that if it is true that the shop refreshes on Sundays, and if it is true that we're gonna get new chests on Sundays, so tomorrow, in that case I would recommend getting all the chests that you still need, as long as the limited time cumulative spending is still active, because you get 2 chests but 1 event. Got it? So the same event, and if I buy, let's say, the 1500 chest, it's like 4500 for the 3. Plus 6000, it's like 10,500 already. And then you have the 2500 chests, so let's say 2 purchases. With 2 purchases, with this situation, we can reach the 30k. It is a very good value purchase because you get the 60% cashback on it. Scarcity wise, you get tokens that you cannot get anywhere else so far, and it's not guaranteed to return in 2 weeks. Most likely it won't, because it's just an anniversary thing. Utility wise, arguably you're missing out on the 50k purchase, unfortunately, and this may hurt a lot. Because Ultimate Armor, or no, Divine Gear and Hero Armor, these things are missing. So even that is arguable utility wise. But to get at least the 20k mark with a purchase like the 1500 chests, it's a no-brainer. And next week there is not gonna be a cumulative spending event, so you'd better do all these purchase administrations this week, as long as it lasts. That's all I can say about this value, scarcity, utility. So once again, before finishing the video, here are the notes. Purchasing decisions are driven by value, scarcity, utility. Environment is deflationary, which means that if you hoard your diamonds, you position yourself better for the future. 150, and for this specific case, this is the baseline, 152 diamonds per covenant. These chests are better value-wise, this is worse value-wise, but utility-wise, this may become better with cumulative spending event. And scarcity-wise, good question. If you reach the maximum, then it may become better. So you might find reasons for making the purchase for 2500, or you might find reasons for not making the purchase for 2000. The 1500 is evidently good. That's the end result.